I think that one of the challenges that we have in this country is that a lot of drivers do not take responsibility for the way they behave on the road. All right, it's almost as though once I'm on the road and there's space in front of me, I just keep moving. But we are completely oblivious of the fact that there are a myriad of road users, including people. Human beings, walking, pedestrians are also road users. Motorbikes are road users. Other vehicles are road users. And so if you don't think about the entire ecosystem, the number of accidents that we have on our roads is unacceptable, totally unacceptable. You know, and it's a travesty when you look at 771 deaths, okay, since January. We cannot be countenanced. I don't even know how to, and besides myself talking about this, because it's completely unacceptable, you know. But that's the issue of responsibility, and it's important for us to have that conversation this morning.
Yes, and we do have with us Superintendent Alexander Kweku Obeng, who is the Head of Education and Research and Training at the MTTD, to help us really understand what we need to do. All week long, we've been discussing preventive measures. We need to actively participate in decreasing these numbers. 771 people have died between January and March. That's
crazy. More
more people who have than the people who died from coronavirus
so far.
From last year till this year. We
Yeah.
cannot continue to deal with this on our roads. And the sad thing is all these deaths could have been avoided if drivers paid more attention, if we cared enough about each other, and we did what we needed to do. We took responsibility when we were on our roads. So he's here with us to really help us figure out how we can all collectively solve this problem. Throughout our conversation with him, if you have any questions or contributions, please use the hashtag #BreakfastDaily and the WhatsApp line 0550-585832 for us to hear from you. Good morning.
Superintendent, good morning. How are you doing?
Oh, by the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, who created me and fought for me after my sinful nature falling in Eden, and having come through in spite of the attacks of the devil, having been born and spending with us 27 years, having been baptized, and in the middle of that week, he was killed by the devil by bruising the heel. But by the prophecy of Genesis 3:15, he rose up and crushed the head of the devil, standing for me, having sent me the Holy Spirit, guiding me, waiting on the second coming. By the grace of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ,
You're well.
the Alpha and Omega,
Yes.
I'm very well and strong.
It's good to have you here. Now, Superintendent, why is this problem with us? 771. It's unacceptable.
First of all, as humans, we have to express our condolences
To the families.
the crushed, because they have lost their loved ones.
Yeah.
And we wish the injured speedy recovery. Having said that, I'll premise this discussion on the safe system approach,
Okay.
and therefore I'll profusely make references to saving lives beyond 2020.
Okay.
The
What
next
book is
steps. This is a document by, let me say, the United Nations.
Okay.
Okay.
And it was released last year around this time, when the ministers of member countries, road ministers of, transport ministers of member states of UN met in Sweden, Stockholm. And based on the recommendations by the academic expert group, they came out with this document. And so this is what is guiding us from now to 2030 within the
So we have 10
SDGs.
years. We have 10 years to get it right.
SDGs. Because the last 10 years is gone.
Yeah.
And this is where we are. And this one has situated us, what we are discussing, in goal 3.6 and 11.2. So the SDGs now has captured road safety as a problem, as a pandemic, as a phenomenon that has inadequate solution because of sometimes the aloofness, lack of political will and all that. Though such solutions are preferred.
Yeah.
And based on this, I will look at the principle that underlies this, which is the safe system approach.
Please tell us the safe system approach. Go ahead.
That safe system approach refers to Vision Zero, which recognizes a road transport is a complex system, and that humans, vehicles, and the road infrastructure must interact in a way that ensures a high level of safety. And the principles are 5.
Okay.
And based on the question you asked, I think that we are doing a firefighting approach. Because we keep on missing this point that one principle that we keep on missing, because anytime accident happens, we come and talk and go away. And it hits. Safe system doesn't like that. And that's why the 4th principle is, there are 5.
Walk us through the
4th
5
one
principles.
is that if you have to pursue a commitment to proactive improvement of roads and vehicles so that the entire system is made safe than just locations or situations where crash last occurred. And this is where we are. The crash has just occurred because January to March, we have these preventable crashes, others bedevil us with this attendant mortality and morbidity. And therefore, we are all gathered around, yeah? Let's give ourselves 1 week. It's likely that we will leave it and go away. And therefore, for me, the problem is that we know the road safety problems are there, but the commitment to solving the problem by doing what is expected of us, by things that we have incorporated in our National Road Safety Strategy 3, which are countermeasures, because road safety is intervention-based activities. And so when you don't focus on the interventions, which are mostly physical, you end up having these problems. And that is what UN has recommended again. That we, right on the last time we committed ourselves to decade of action for road safety, 2011 to 2020.
Yeah.
If you look into this book,
Yes,
the expert said,
I don't want to cut you off, but I want to ask you this question. Beyond the theories, what are the things that we need to practically do? Because at least in this TV station, for instance, we've had our war against indiscipline. We've talked about it every single year, but the numbers keep going up. So the viewers watching, what are some of the practical steps they can take to bring these deaths down?
So obviously, like I'm saying, road safety is intervention-based. And World Health Organization gave us 5 pillars as a guiding tool to get out every country to come out with action plans. Yeah? And that is why war on indiscipline even came on. Because then we are looking at safer road user vis-a-vis enhanced enforcement. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And it's that when you look at these 5 plans that we had, Ghana, in fact, we made it 6, that improvement in road safety management, safer road and safer mobility, safer vehicles, safer road users, and of course, enhanced enforcement and emergency medical service as our 6-pronged strategy of intervention. You ask yourself, how far have we gone with investment in these? How far have we sustained activities in this? And that has been a bane because, for example, you look at road safety management. Of course, it's recently that we have even enhanced the capacity of our lead agency. From Road Safety Committee, headed by police, to National Road Safety Commission by what do you call it, the Transport Ministry, and now
The authority.
Under Act 993, all these years since 1952, now you have made it authority. You see what I'm talking about? And we have, and when you have such a system, it means that because of lack of funds, you have problems because they have a responsibility to sensitize all of us, generate interest in road safety, enhance advocacy capacity of the country, ensure publicity. You know what I'm talking about? And create awareness using the mass media so that we will be engaging the youth even from the school level, even to driving age and beyond as pedestrians. But we ask ourselves, how far have you gone with that? And that's critical. Again, when we say safer vehicles, safer roads, the activities that UN expected us to do, other countries did, and they were successful in a way. But those that didn't do, including us, for example, it cannot be that in our lifetime we will throw our hands into the air and say that the two roads that serves Ghana on daily basis, without it, there will be national security, i.e., the N1 from Elugo to Aflao to Accra, and then the N6, which starts from Circle, Kumasi Circle through Kumasi, joining the N10 to Paga through Bolga. It cannot continue to be single, because most of the crashes that takes high numbers of casualties are as a result of headlong collisions. And we keep on losing sometimes 65 in a single crash. And many of these are happening on these roads. These two. And everywhere in the world, such roads are dualized. Not because of aesthetics, not because they have money, but they struggle to get it done because those roads facilitate national development. It facilitates freedom of movement. It ensures integration within the sub-region where they are. And that's why Ghana, these roads serve our neighboring countries. The one that is parallel to the coast, it serves Togo, it serves Nigeria, we serve Abidjan and beyond. When you look at the one that is passing through the center or the spine, it serves Burkina Faso, it serves Mali, it serves all. And it also feeds our economy because without these routes, how can we be benefiting from Tema Port and Takoradi Port? Obviously, such roads, there will be traffic on it diurnally and nocturnally. And majority of Ghanaians will also use it. Because, and these are the challenges that we have with even these two pillars that I've talked about. That investment in that area has been inadequate. No wonder, even on these roads, anytime there is national shame and any scar on the conscience in terms of road safety in Ghana, it is either at Chichiwere, it is either at Dumbasi, it is either at Chikura, it is either at Kentampo, it is either at what do you call Mpaha Junction or
Port Saint Junction
or Karamanja and all that. And we congregate, we talk about and these interventions. For example, I've mentioned, if you have hands-on, definitely together with others, we can do more.
All right, so let me ask, on a regional basis, across the country, where are the areas of the greatest challenges, and what can we do to mitigate those ones? So I know that you've talked about the highways, the two major highways, and the fact that they need to be dualized. Beyond that, now that's a lot of investment, but beyond that, what can we do as a people, individually? How can we take individual responsibility to make sure that we actually bring the numbers down?
I would like that the youth of this country should take out a lot of investment when you are talking about these two roads. There isn't. Other countries didn't say that, and they managed to do it in their lifetime. Having said that, there are clear basic interventions that we need to do, but you are failing. And that's why these are happening. But when you see the data, motorcycle seems to be a lead road user killer.
Okay.
Yeah. You get what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Then we are also looking at what we call commercial, and then it follows, I think pedestrians come, and then private vehicles. And if you look at where these incidents are happening, where we have high vehicular population and high traffic mix, And I can talk about Accra and its conurbated Tema area. You can talk about Eastern region, particularly on the road I talked about, because it receives high volume of traffic because it feeds Ghana. Most of the regions in Ghana are beyond Eastern region, and that road is what is a conduit for them. And Kumasi has also, and its environment has also seen significant crashes and fatalities, also because of the pronounced use of motorcycle. And so when you're looking at it, we have to look at the policy deficiency in terms of motorcycle management and use in Ghana. We cannot say that it should be business as usual, because what we have in Regulation 125 and 84 is not enough. In 128 and 84 of LI 2180 is not enough to deal with what we are having now. Again,
what more should we do?
Oh, I think that I've said that the deficiency in terms of the motorcycle policy.
Okay.
There is obviously why. It says that we should not use it for commercial. It's everybody not using it. Some for commercial, some for private, and things like that.
So is that not the issue of enforcement?
It comes to that, and I'm coming to that area, to that. When you look at it, another enforcement issue has to do with towing. It's enforcement. You know what I'm talking about? That vehicle gets broken down. Most of these roads I talked about are supposed to be dual, but they are single. At the same time, we don't have the capacity to remove broken down and accidental vehicle in real time to remove such risk as hazard. And what are we doing? You know what I'm talking about? That the roads are busy, roads are crowded, particularly at night from Accra to Kumasi and beyond. And vehicles get broken down. These vehicles are transit vehicles, loaded. And you don't have the capacity to remove. What should we do? Definitely we have to invest in that area, isn't it? What do you have to do with police, for example? It is obvious to us that we have dragged our feet for far too long. Now, how can we be implementing, practicing 1952 police methods of enforcement when there is a significant paradigm shift in terms of vehicle construction, ownership, use, including speed? Okay? And we are so relying on in-situ enforcement, i.e., you train police officer, go and stand at one place, work, raise your hand. That is not done anywhere in the world.
So what more should we do? Because we need to treat this like as a public health crisis.
Yes, and in particularly enforcement.
Okay.
I'm happy that there is something being done now, and it should be quick. That we need to inject technology in policing, traffic policing in particular. That you see CCTV cameras, they are surveillance. We need traffic sensors, okay, to check speeding drivers, to check vehicles that are on roadworthy, that are uninsured, those that run red lights. And doing it is easy. That's where they do it, and there is high sense of detection among motorists. When you do that, there is high sense of apprehension among motorists, and there is high deterrence. Because when you commit, at the back of it, you get a notice on your phone. And that's what done everywhere.
But beyond the technology, I've had my license for a year now. I've been driving for just 1 year. I've never had any policeman stop me to ask me for my license. So before we even add technology, what are the things that our policemen can do to ensure that we have the right people on our roads?
First of all, that's why I've said that police, we are making frantic effort to get our operation automated. And the other one we are doing currently, when I have this data, for example, but we are saying it's not enough. And that's what I'm thinking about. Within the same period where we registered 771 fatalities, we also went out there, deployed, detected offenses including speeding drivers, those who were on alcohol, those who were driving without any license because they are unlicensed, those who were using a vehicle on the road that were uninsured or not roadworthy. We had those that were on very bad tires, substandard tires. We have those who were not wearing seat belts who had run amber and red lights or have left their vehicle in dangerous position were tailgating and driving on the wrong side of the road, among other myriad of road offenses, otherwise could have fed into the data and increased crashes and deaths. In the process, 710 so far within 3 months have been put before court.
Okay.
And out of this, the court has convicted 612. Out of these convicts, 6 are in jail. And the remaining, the court imposed a punitive fine, and I believe it's because of COVID, yeah. A punitive fine of 204 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
And they have quickly paid into the state coffers. But for us, this may not even be deterrent enough because police cannot be everywhere. But when you have technology to reinforce this, it goes a long way. And that is why UN, in recommending this, said that member countries should do purposive investment in traffic policing by shifting from in situ, I see you see me face-to-face policing, to policing that is injected with technology. And that's what I said. But for this traditional one, we pride ourselves, police. Go this morning and see on our streets. We wear white. We have on reflective, as I'm speaking. We are at, what do you call, my 7. Okay? Go and look at what drivers are doing there. And we are impounding vehicles, and we are arresting those who are unlawfully parking and doing all that, and motorcycle over. For us, that may not be enough, because when you look at vehicular population increasing by 100,000 per year, in addition to the over 2 million that you have already in Ghana, you cannot train police officers to be able to monitor one. However,
you will need
elsewhere in the world,
it's possible.
And I trust that we do this. This is a system approach. That you don't rely on the outmoded, stagnant strategy, which is not working, the world have departed, and you get stuck to it. No. And these are the interventions I've mentioned. In addition, driver training should be looked at as a country. So that as you are looking at your rules, as you are investing in traffic policing, as you are looking at towing, okay, you don't abandon it, and you do all these things. In the end, if you build also your national road safety lead agency.
Superintendent,
thank you very much, Superintendent Alexander Obeng, for being with us.
That I want you also to talk about.
We wanted to spend more time on this topic because it's really important, and I'm sure you'll come back later on to really help us figure out the way forward. If we're going to tow cars, if we're going to charge some fines, what practical ways we can do that as a nation so that we move beyond the talks to actually doing something about it. Thank you so much for spending your morning with us.